Okay, so I think that a lot of us are pretty aggravated with the way life is going. What it seems like is it seems like socially we live in the future with what the future is probably going to be, a lot of isolation, very cold and desolate future when it comes to interacting with people, especially in person. In my lifetime, things have changed dramatically since I was little. And for me, I've always been an introvert, and I'm fine being by myself, doing my own thing. I don't like to even be like in a group of people. I'm fine one-on-one. I feel more comfortable just a one-on-one without any type of social pressure of people like judging me, judging like what I bring up. I like more intimate, personal conversations, so I prefer one-on-one, possibly, just 3 people, me and 2 other people. I don't like anything more than that. So it feels like we live in the future when it comes like socially and community wise and love wise, where it feels like we're being programmed to be robots basically. But at the same time, our physical bodies are basically living in the past. We're living with the same type of financial system that is pretty much not serving us anymore. It serves, it barely serves us at this point. Like, a lot of us are one huge problem, whatever that may be, whether it's a medical problem. Is my camera gonna turn off? Really, it's so annoying. It just looks dim. Who gives a shit? So, this shit doesn't fucking work. So, it seems like we're one catastrophe or one big problem away, which that one big problem probably shouldn't put you in bankruptcy or in some type of financial despair where you lose everything. It feels like we're fighting just to keep the scraps that we have, while the people at the top get, they hoard more and more. Like the whole Jeff Bezos having a $50 million wedding is absolutely ridiculous. Like, first off, like, you're old. Like, who gives a shit? It's not even like you're young. You guys can't even have kids. Like, what is the celebration? Oh, because you're 2 prominent figures? Who gives a fuck? Like, this is what I'm saying. These people act like they're so important. And because everybody else acts like they're important. Which, if it wasn't for people like us, I would assume whoever comes across my videos are not rich people, or any famous people for that matter. It's probably people in my sphere, my financial sphere, where we're one big problem away from the poorhouse. We're one big problem away from living on the streets, from bankruptcy. The system doesn't suit us, and it feels like what it feels like is the way society is. I don't know if it's because it's like transforming so quickly socially that we're hanging on to an old system that really doesn't serve us anymore. What it feels like if you have gotten past, like they say, the first million you make is the hardest. Everything after that's easy. Why is that the hardest? Because that first million you get, that you have $1 million, chances are, if you're intelligent, you're not sitting here holding $1 million in one bank account. You have assets, and those assets are bringing you in money. So if you already are well off, it's so easy to be like, yeah, keep grinding. You know how many people, you know how many videos I see of people saying they're grinding, they're grinding, they're grinding, they're not getting anywhere? We have companies that are like Uber who are relying on you using your vehicle, putting wear and tear on your machine that you pay for, that you have to maintain. They're basically using your machine and not having to pay for any of that. They don't pay you health insurance. They don't pay you shit. You just get like a quick buck. There's no long term. That's why it never interests me. Doing the Uber, doing Uber Eats, DoorDash, that never. First off, I didn't want to go to the wrong neighborhood. That's number one. Number two, I see like it's not really much of a payoff. I mean, if you're sitting here doing like whatever, or if you have to do it because you don't have any other, just dimming. And I wonder if my camera's gonna turn off. I'm so tired of shit like that. But what I can understand, you don't have any other option. But at some point, that car isn't gonna have. You're not gonna have that option. You're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to maintain something. You're gonna have to pay some type of big expense on that vehicle to keep it running. So it's like even like it just seems like whatever you get ahead, it just gets taken away, and we can't get out of this. We cannot get out. It feels like we're trapped because I don't want to be dirty. I like to have a place where I can rest my head and not feel like I'm gonna have my stuff taken or I'm gonna, have a wild animal go ahead and gnaw on me when I'm trying to sleep, or some despicable human trying to take from me or hurting me. Like, I want to have a safe, secure place where I can rest my eyes when I get a chance to, anyway. Yeah, but it just feels like we're not wanted. In my circumstance, the way YouTube treats me, it feels like I'm not wanted here. So I'm personally thinking about, I already have like a Rumble channel. I think that maybe I should just start uploading there. The reason why I haven't really uploaded there is because like it's so much easier to use YouTube. Like YouTube is it's so quick and easy to upload videos. And it's just such a pain in the butt with Rumble. Maybe they changed things, but when I was trying to use their technology, it was such a hassle. And why do people use YouTube? Because we don't want to go from all these different apps. We want to go to one app and it has everything we need. It has all of our friends, it has everything. We don't want to sit here and go from app to app to app to look at this, no, we want to go to one place and see all and go to and experience the amusement park of the digital realm. We want to go to one place, like the Oasis and the Ready Player One. We want to go to one place. We go to different avenues of different places, but we don't want to sit here and, log in here, log in there. Like, so for instance, what I'm trying to say, there's people that probably watch all my videos, or at least most of them. If I make a Rumble channel, chances are they're not going to want to go over there. Chances are they're just going to want to sit here and, like I do on YouTube, or, the recommendations pops up. People you like. What you do is basically, you turn on YouTube, and then whatever pulls up on, it's basically like the news feed, like whatever is the latest video that pops up, and you want to listen to the latest video. And they have that type of stuff on Rumble, but it's like you don't want to go and learn another technology. We don't want to keep doing all these different apps. But I'm honestly getting to the point where I'm tired of being limited by my speech. I'm tired of being like having to filter myself. I want to say what I want to say. Even if it's like an offensive statement, if it's an offensive word, I want to be able to say it without having to feel like I'm going to be banned because their feelings are hurt. It's like, if you don't like what you see, you turn the channel. Like the whole concept of reporting people. If I'm out here like saying like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna hurt these people physically, I'm gonna like, I get it. But just because I say something or like it might be perceived as bullying, like I can't say certain words because other people are offended. Oh, what about me? I'm offended that they're offended. Oh my, that's what I'm so tired of. Like certain people, it's okay. Like it's okay to offend people like me. Which I'm not really offended. I'm offended at the whole like two-tier justice system where it's like, well, we can't say these words. Well, this isn't meant for kids. So this is meant for adults. And if some adult's gonna be offended, fuck you. Oh well. Don't watch my stuff. Block me. I don't give a fuck. Like if you're such a pussy that you have to report people to get them taken off, to get them censored, you're a fucking bitch. And I can say that, but I want to say a lot more. I want to be able to say whatever I want to fucking say. Whether it's a nasty word, whether it's a demeaning word, whether... I don't give a shit. I try to tell the truth. I try to tell the truth. If somebody perceives something a certain way, that's their fucking problem. If somebody thinks that I'm a misogynist or a fucking racist or a fascist Nazi, that's their fucking problem. I don't give a shit what the fuck they think. Go fuck yourself. I know I'm not, but if that's what they think, they can go ahead and think what they want. Most of these people are fucking delusional anyway. Why are we even listening to these people? It feels like I'm not wanted. It feels like I'm not wanted on every platform I go to. It feels like society, I'm not wanted. It feels like something in my life should be like doing really well for how hard I work. Whether it's this, my finances, you know, dude, I'm in an okay position right now. I'm in an okay position. I feel like I'm probably better off than most Americans, even though if you look at my net worth and some, financial like consolidation of my loans and my credit score just took a huge dump. If you look at my body of work, if you look at what goes out to what comes in and how I've managed my life, I think a lot of people would be I think AI would be like he's done pretty well, like considering everything he's been through. Like I feel like I should be so much farther ahead in life right now. How hard I work. And what it feels like is that I'm just getting by, I'm just surviving. I'm not going to sit here and work 80 hours a week to have a little bit extra, to feel a little bit, no, I shouldn't have to. Nobody should have to work like that. I don't work a teenager thumb, like they say with like fast food or whatever. But basically, the job I work has a lot of responsibility, and I don't get paid much more than people that work fast food. I mean, honestly, like I get paid $20.80 an hour, so like I have a lot of responsibility, but that doesn't matter. Wages haven't gone up. I've seen the wealth distribution get more and more towards rich people. I've seen the government devalue our dollar. I'm not one of these, I sound like a leftist sometimes because I'm just like, some of the stuff they say makes sense. Yeah, you're right with these problems. There is greed going on. Maybe they don't have to up the cost and they don't need to have record profits every year. Should they have profits? Yes. I think that companies should be in the green. I want to be, my goal every month is to be in the green. My goal isn't just to get by. It's fine for a little while. It's fine to get by just for a little while. It's like, yeah, I'm going through a little bit of a hardship, but the hope that, okay, I will be in the green, and I will be able to save in case something happened, or be able to save for my future. Like, I'm looking at things like, I'm not gonna have no damn retirement. I'm gonna be working till I'm dead. I'm seeing like these rich people can control. I don't even know who my enemy is. Like, we don't even know who the enemy is. We have to sit here and sound like conspiracy theorists and be like, oh, it's this group, or it's that group, or it's like we don't even know who our enemy is. But what I'm seeing is like society going down and feeling like it's purposely done. It's purposely done for us to like go against each other. Like, they want to destroy our country. They want to divide and conquer. But like, what is coming on the other side? Pitchforks. Like, these same people don't understand that they haven't learned anything from Luigi. It's like, you don't think that, and the funny thing is, it's like, you don't see like the support for that guy. So this guy looks like a hero to the left. This guy looks like a damn hero. You think that these other people right now who are suffering by you elites are sitting back here thinking, this guy looks like a hero. He's famous now. I'm gonna do it too. You don't look at human nature at all. You just don't give a fuck. It's either that or you just don't give a fuck. Because I don't think that they're stupid. But I look at things like patterns. I try to connect dots, and I'm like, well, the first mass school shooting was the Columbine, and these guys are like when you think of school shootings, the first thing that pops up should be Columbine. It's not all the other ones that have happened, besides maybe like a Sandy Hook or something like that. But look at all these school shootings that have happened. You don't sit here and like, you don't remember these people really. They just kind of like go along with their like. You don't think that there's people that are seeing like their life being like, they're working their butt off and they don't see like there's any type of future. You don't think that they're planning and thinking about like what they can do to fight the system, to fight the people who they feel have wronged them. Like, I'm not advocating for this. I want to live in a civil society. I want to see everyone prosper. I want to see you at least prosper. I want to see us prosper. I want to be able to see like a well-functioning, society where you're doing good, so you have your yachts. That's cool. You have your big mansions because your stupid ego and you want to boast to everybody else. That's cool. But like, yeah, it's kind of good for us to be able to have like health care. Like, our healthcare system is absolutely ridiculous right now. EpiPens cost like $500. Like, are you serious? Like, why does shit cost so much? We're supposed to live in an age of abundance. Then, if we live in an age of abundance, then why is shit so expensive? If we have an abundance of shit, things should be cheaper. Is it because we only do enough? We only make enough to be able to like just keep us in the same spot so we can't move up? Is that what is going on? We just want to make enough. We just want to give them the scraps. We don't want to make excess. I understand. Like, I don't want to see waste. I don't want to see people wasting shit, feeling like we have so much abundance that they're wasting shit. I don't want to see that. But healthcare really shouldn't cost that much. I mean, come on. Like, I understand these people work hard; they should get paid. But where is this money going? When you pay for health insurance, and the EpiPen is $500, something that will save your life if you have an allergic reaction, and you have to pay $150 or $200 out of pocket for this shit. What is the point of the health insurance? this seems like a fucking scam. You know, like, what it feels like is, why have health insurance? They have to help me out either way, right? Oh, well, you're gonna go bankrupt. I'm gonna go bankrupt either way, man. I'm gonna go bankrupt trying to pay a deductible that's $13,000 for the whole year. When you only make $40,000 and you're expected to pay $13,000 for a fucking deductible, that's over a quarter of my fucking income, dude. How am I supposed to do that? They don't want to pay for shit until I meet that deductible. So what am I paying for? Why am I paying a weekly premium? What am I paying it for? And at the end of any type of visit I go to the doctor, I gotta pay like $100 copay as well. What are we doing here? The healthcare system is broken. I think that the left has contributed to the problem of allowing illegals to come here and being put on the healthcare system. That has caused a problem. And people are just going to get to the point where they just don't, there's nothing left for you to take, so they will act out. They're going to get violent, and that's just how, the pitchforks are coming unless, like, you elite wake up and start, like, actually giving back. Thinking to yourself, like, why do I need all of this assets? Why do I need $400 billion of assets, Elon? Like, why? Why is the government taxing me? I'm hearing like 40%. Why do I need all of this power? Why am I getting taxed? What did they do? The Boston Tea Party with a 3% tax, and we're being taxed at like 40%? And I'm hearing different things like only rich people pay taxes, and we're not next. What are we talking about? Like, I don't pay sales tax. I don't, like, yeah, when I pay an income tax, it seems like it pretty much mostly comes back. I'm still paying sales tax. I'm still paying like these other taxes, property tax. The average American is getting taxed like 40%. So automatically, 40% of your income for the year is already taken away. So 40% of my what is that? That's almost half of my fucking income is taken in taxes. That's what you make 40,000 and 15 grand is taken in taxes. 12 grand for rent, another 12, like, what is it? So you have to pay your deductible off because you gotta get things done. That was another 12 grand. Like, how are regular people supposed to live life? That's what I'm saying. Are we supposed to get to the point where we don't have places to stay and we just go and have a job? Is that where we're headed? We're all just fucking homeless. You know, you got BlackRock buying up all these properties, all these, like, it should be illegal. Like, this is what I think. If we're going to do a property tax, if I have one property, say hypothetically I own this house, I shouldn't have to pay property taxes. But if I own multiple houses, then I pay property taxes. We should be normalizing people buying their house and living in there for the rest of their life and handing it down. If you want to charge some type of like inheritance tax or whatever, go ahead. But like old people, like they can literally, if they wanted to, if the government wanted to get you out of your house, they can literally raise the property tax as much as they want to and say, oh, you couldn't pay? Well, we're seizing your property. Like, they can literally do that right now if they wanted to. Now, that would cause pitchforks instantaneously. So you see how they're doing a little bit, because you get used to it. So you get used to it. But it gets to a point where you get so used to it, you're just like, dude, you know, when people are taking on debt, I can take on this much. I can take on this much. It's okay. It's okay. And then it gets to a point where it's like, dude, it's too much. And that's where we're at as a society. People feel like they've put on too much to us. It's you can't keep putting this shit on us, the working class. A little bit, like, I remember thinking at one of my old jobs, like 10 years ago, I would see every, you know, when I paid health insurance and shit, my yearly raise I got for being in the company was the 2%, the 3%, whatever. It just went to pay for my health insurance increase every year. So it wasn't even a fucking raise. We haven't got any type of a raise. We've been held down at the same spot. If you work hard, it doesn't matter what job, you should see benefits to that hard work. But what it is, it's like these people are just up here, they're up here living life and loving it, and while us are down here fucking we're slaves. We're slaves. Yeah, we're not the traditional sense of a slave where we're living on a plantation and we're forced to work or you're gonna get beat and somebody owns us, but we pretty much are owned. A lot of us have traumas that we can't deal with because we have to sweep it underneath the rug, and then we use vices to try to cope. One of my vices is eating. That's one of my vices. Well, because I can't smoke weed. I can't smoke weed even though most of the states have legalized weed to some capacity, whether it's a medical or all the way. The federal government, for whatever reason, hasn't federally decriminalized. I'm not saying make the whole thing legal and make every state require it to be legal like alcohol. I'm just saying decriminalize it so at least these employers won't be on my case about me smoking a joint here and there. You would rather me drink alcohol? You would rather me come to work maybe even slightly drunk? Maybe tired and hungover, as opposed to me just smoke. Seriously, I don't want to get high and go to work. I don't want to be high at work. But it'd be nice to be able to come home and have a joint. Just like the alcoholics, they like to have a cigarette. Dude, we need we have goals. We need to have goals. We need to have things to aspire to. What gets you through that day? You know, getting you through a hard day of work, slave labor, to think to yourself, a lot of people are like, oh, what am I having for dinner? That's something, or that beer. We need short-term rewards. A lot of these people are like, you know, you see these influencers and they're like, oh, do this and this, live the perfect life. These people don't live the life we live. They don't have to do the manual labor that we do. Nobody wants to go to the gym after they just got done doing manual labor all day. They're yeah, when I get off of work, it's something I have something to look forward to. Since a lot of us don't have somebody to look forward to, as a wife, or a girlfriend, or a husband. Some people's kids. You need something, I guess you need hedonism. To sit here and just be your own slave master, go grind, and just do everything 100% perfectly like these YouTubers try to push it. I'm all for self-improvement. Trust me, I'm all for self-improvement. The whole concept of just like eating right, reading, not watching TV, working, grinding. You're always grinding, working out, doing all this 100% perfect is completely unrealistic. Especially if you're in the working class. Now, if you're rich and you don't have to work like we do, where you have to go somewhere every single day, where you have to be there physically, not like you can just do your work whenever you want, or you don't have to worry about working at all because you have assets that give you income to live. Not like the rest of us, you get your passive income. Now, a lot of these people are that push that crap. Oh, the red pill. You know, I like I said, I'm all for self-improvement. But you can't just like go from fucked. You can't just go from fucked to being perfect. And that's what they push you to be, like inspirational, this and that, this philosopher said this. Like, yeah, that's cool, but I'm wondering how that philosopher would live right now if he was in my position. A lot of these philosophers, they had time to think. Did they have to work? These artists in the past, Michelangelo, did he have to work in the field 16 hours a day and then he comes home and does his sculptures? Did these philosophers like can sit here and grind and have to grind in the fields for 16 hours and then have the time and brain power to sit here and think about the most smartest things and read these amazing books and come up with these great ideas? No, they didn't have to do the manual labor. I'm not saying they didn't have any, but like these people were taken care of. The whole concept of comfort, the comfort's your enemy. Sure, what kind of person are you? Are you somebody that's creative? Well, if you're a creative person that creates shit, you need comfort. You need comfort. You need to have leisure time. You need to have time where you can sit here and think. You can sit here and come up with concepts. You can sit here and draw. If you're sitting here working your ass off, doing physical labor, mental labor, whatever, you're not going to come up with beautiful pieces of art. So, yeah, maybe you're not creative. Maybe you're not. Maybe you should be out here grinding away for 16 or 80 hours a week or 100 hours a week like Elon likes to. Maybe you're not creative. Maybe you're just like a producer. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But we're not all the same. This whole concept that nobody should enjoy comfort or nobody should seek solitude and comfort is absolutely ridiculous. How do you think that some of the greatest artists come up with their art? They had a safe place to be able to come up with this. One of my favorite artists, Kurt Cobain. How did he come up with his creative art? Whether it was painting, sculptures, his music, he actually had time to sit down and work on his craft. He didn't have to grind away. He started out when he was a teenager, you know, learning guitar. He had the time, you know what I mean? He probably didn't really work. He worked a little bit. And where he leveled up, where he had the time to be able to play guitar for 10 hours a day, was the comfort. He had a girlfriend, Tracy, who basically paid for everything for a couple years. That's where he leveled up. That's where you've seen the big jump. If you listen to the fecal matter, listen to fecal matter compared to bleach, it's night and day. If you listen to bleach compared to Nirvana, Nevermind, definitely night and day. How did he get from fecal matter to Nevermind? How did he make that jump? Because he wasn't working jobs. He might have been doing like here and there, but he wasn't working 40 hours a week, grinding away, doing that. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying the expectation of that is highly unlikely, and it's highly unrealistic. A lot of these people, these YouTubers, these big YouTubers, do push the hustle, which, dude, I'm cool with that. Maybe that's your personality type, but we're not all built that way. I don't want to be an entrepreneur. I don't want to be. I don't mind working for somebody else. I just want to be taken care of. I want to be able to sustain my level of life and feeling like I'm better securing my future. You corporations, you business owners, wonder why nobody's loyal? Because you just keep trying to take from us constantly. And it's one thing if you're a startup, if you're trying to get off the ground, that's one thing, but you're already established. This is what my problem is when I keep on hearing people on the right defend these corporations. Whoa, they invested. Like, what are you investing in? Oh, you invested in McDonald's. Good. They're already established. They already have the infrastructure. They're already good. So why do we keep placating to the investors? Sure, you can have a little bit, like, you have the value has gone up. So you get, not only do you get the value of the stock, but you also get dividends too. I wonder if, like, we didn't pay dividends out, I wonder how much more the company would have to pay their employees. And that's what you should think about too as an investor. Don't you want, like, what you're invested in to not collapse? Don't you want the system to continue to thrive? And that's what it seems like. It seems like what it seems like in this society is it seems like these rich people are like, they have their dinghies and shit, and they're just taking all the value they can off the Titanic before it sinks, and all the rest of us are just sitting here twiddling our thumbs. But most of us don't see the water come rushing in. Like, it's almost like we're in the Titanic and we're buried off from the water that's rushing in. We think that everything is normal. We're just cooking, we're cooks, we're doing our normal job, working in the boiler. But we don't realize that the ship is already underwater and it's going down. And we think we're fine. We're just continuing working, like most of us. Yeah, we're continuing, like, it's okay, we're doing good, we're doing what we're supposed to do. But we don't realize, like, it's about to implode. A bunch of water is about to rush in. That's what it feels like. It feels like there's good. It feels like my own circumstance. I'm walking on eggshells and hope that nothing crazy happens. I'm hoping I don't have a major injury or something major happens. Something happens with my car and the way to get back and forth to work. All these stresses, I'm just fucking tired of it. Like, we have all these innovations and we can't think of a better way to help people live better lives. I'm not like, I know if somebody listens to this, like, you're a socialist or whatever, or you're a dude, I'm looking at both systems. I'm like, they both, like, socialism hasn't worked in the past. Capitalism worked to a certain extent. Capitalism's worked when you give people a carrot. Well, that carrot is gone. Capitalism isn't working for us anymore. It's doing enough so we can squeak by today and hope nothing crazy happens tomorrow. If something crazy happens tomorrow, I'm fucked. That's where we're at. And at the same time, there's no support systems. There's no support systems. It's not us not wanting to work. It's us not wanting to work because it doesn't feel like we're doing anything for ourselves. I want to make sure the company I work for does good because I like to have a job for tomorrow. But I want to do good too. Prices are so high on everything. It feels like your check just goes to sustaining this body. It's like they want us to take ourselves out. That's what it feels like. It feels like the elites want us to get to the point where we just don't want to live no more. It's not fun. If you're rich, it's fun. It's great. Tim Pool. Oh, we live in the like all the people. Notice they're rich. Philibante. Oh, capitalism. Yeah, it's working great for you, dude, because you're rich. You got idiots like Tucker Carlson, and who's the other guy? Charlie Kirk, telling people who barely can support themselves to go have as many kids as they possibly can that they can't afford. Don't listen to rich people no more. Like, seriously, this is why I went through my Twitter. And for anyone that I was following that was rich, or like a prominent figure that didn't even know I existed, I unfollowed them. I like Elon, unfollowed. I liked Trump at the time, unfollowed. People don't know who the hell I am. So what did I do? I started following back people who followed me and they were interacting with some of my stuff. A prominent figure, if you're a famous person, a well-known, a popular person, and you interacted with me a little bit, whether it was just one response, followed you, gave you a follow. But we need to quit listening to these fucking rich people that don't live in the same reality as us. More and more people are getting fed up with this shit. They're getting fed up with not getting anywhere in life. They're getting fed up with there not being any type of carrot on the stick to keep us moving forward. And that's where we're at. Why are people so miserable? There's no carrot on the stick. This job, I worked at a job for 11 years. Why did I do that? I hated that job. I hated it. I hated going there. I even went back a couple of years ago. I got my kid to work there. He fucking hated it. And it was actually better than I worked there when I worked there initially. What kept me going? My kids. I wanted to make sure that they were taken care of. Well, people aren't having kids. People can't even afford a date nowadays, let alone have kids. So why are people going to keep working hard? We're going to see structural collapses. And I think these cities will be the first to go. You've already seen it in Detroit. Supposedly it's supposed to be getting better. We'll see. Dude, I want things to be really, really good, like, you know, how we went through, it feels like we're going some type of like depression, stagnation, whatever. I want to live in times where After World War II, when they came back, they were starting to like, holy, like things are cheap, man. I can afford things. I want to feel like I can give. I want to feel like I can donate. I would like to help out places in other countries. I don't feel like I can. In fact, since all this pressure is put on me, I feel like I lack empathy for other people. I shouldn't lack empathy. So much pressure is being put on you, you start lacking empathy for other humans. It's like, I'm fucked. Join the club, dude. Oh, you live in America. Listen, is it that great? Could I ever retire here? It's been fucking... I don't mind working a real job. I really don't. I don't mind working 12-hour shifts. I just got done. You know, I'll work in the heat like I have been. But I want a reward. I want to feel secure. I want to feel like I'm taken care of. I want to feel like I can go to the doctor and I don't have to feel I'm getting robbed. I'm tired of paying high insurance for my car. I'm tired of paying high insurance. Like I don't pay for it right now, but eventually I'm gonna have to get on health insurance. I'm tired of paying for that shit. I want things to be affordable. I want to be able to feel like I can go places. I work, damn it. I work hard. I feel like I should be able to go places and experience things instead of just going to work and coming home because I feel like I can't afford to do shit. How many of you feel like that? How many of you feel, if you made it this far, how many of you feel like you just work just to go home and you're basically just living to work and not working to live? That's what it feels like. We are living to work. My whole existence is to work. Not work to better my situation, work to make somebody else rich. Work to make the government, like, the government is working against us by devaluing our dollar. I'm not happy. And if I didn't have kids, I would probably be living more and more dangerously. I would probably take more and more risks. I probably wouldn't be alive right now if I never had kids, to be honest, because living in this society, I don't want to. It's depressing. It's oppressive. And I'm tired. And so many other people are tired too.